I think we might have bitten off a bit more than what we can chew. Okay, Luke, where are we going? We're going to pick up a project car today. We're about 15 minutes away. It's a really nice car. We've had a look at some pictures of it. There's a lot that needs doing to it. That's the sort of basis on what we're going to be doing from sort of here on. So yeah, let's get there and we'll give you a walk around.
And here she is. Here she is. A 2007 Audi A3 2-litre diesel. A nice example with plenty of quirks. Come and have a look. It's a nice car. 136, 137,000 miles. We've driven it all of 10 meters so far after buying it, paying mate and doing the handover. But it's nice. It's nice. Come and have a look inside if you want to have a look. It's dirty. Nothing that we can't fix. Clutch is really nice on it. So it drives well. There is an issue which we'll go over, but that's why we're here. That's what we're here. We'll get that fixed up and hopefully make this into an even better example. Clean it up, fix any little bits that are wrong with it. We'll go over the kind of good and bad bits soon. Yeah. Okay, let's listen to it start up. It's a little bit ropey, I would say. Would you agree?
Yeah.
A little bit ropey on the start up. Let's have a look. So let's have a look. 136,000 miles. We need to put some fuel in it, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Temps down at the moment. Engine temps down. Obviously, it's coldish has been sat here. We'll come back to that. It's all right. Two keys. Anyone eagle-eyed might have just seen a little glimpse of what's wrong with it. Let's get outside.
So I mean, it looks good, mate.
Yeah. Let's get outside. We will sit in front of the car and we'll have a real talk through of its good points, bad points.
Let's do it.
Okay. So our Audi, it's a nice car. Let's go over the good points first. The good points are the bits we like. So 136,000 miles. It's not bad for the age of it, certainly. And in these Audi, it's a BKD, but in these Audi 2-litre engines, they'll go up to like, if they maintain well, get about like a good 200k out of them. Yeah, but again, well maintained. 2 keys was a bonus. Pretty much full service history, which is, you know, is great to have. About 10,000 miles ago, this car had the water pump changed and it had the cam belt done. Things that you really do want doing every 40 to 50,000 miles on cars like these. So that was a major plus in terms of me wanting to buy this particular car, because other than what needs fixing on it, which we'll come to, it drives really well. On the surface, it's not crashed. It looks all right. So what is wrong with it? Our brand new Audi A3 has, well, actually, on the listing, the geezer said it was overheating. Now that to me means, it can mean a few things, but initially my mind went straight away to either thermostat or head gasket. I'm thinking this one is likely the head gasket. We're going to do a test to check. So blown head gasket, what is that? What does that mean? Is that going to be easy to fix? Is that going to be hard to fix? What does it mean? In simple terms, the bottom of the engine, the block of the engine, it's and the top that holds the cylinder heads is in 2 pieces. Between those 2 things is it's like a thin piece of a metal gasket. It's somewhat common that those can have issues over time. They can deteriorate. And when that gasket deteriorates, coolant that's supposed to circulate around the engine it's possible it can go through the gasket and mix with the engine oil. So that will mean we'll have a look. It might mean that we have milky engine oil because the two have mixed. It certainly would mean that the car would overheat, which is what's happening with this one. You might have seen in a couple of clips back, if it's included. I'm not sure if I'll edit it out, but in the footwell there was some coolant. We bought some coolant for it so we can top it up. We got about should be about an hour's journey home. Fingers crossed we make that fine. We have to keep topping it up with coolant. The head gasket, anyway, it's mean this is going to overheat. So is it going to be easy to fix? I wish it was going to be easy to fix. Yeah, we got this car for quite cheap, and there's a reason for that. I think for a garage, if you're going to pay them to do the head gasket, you'd be looking at, I would say minimum £800. Really, that's parts and labour. Reason being, the engine bay is going to need to be stripped down. We're going to have to take off the fuel pump, vacuum hoses, everything. We're going to have to take off the timing belt, keep the timing on it, take off the injectors and maybe even the cams, all with the aim of taking off that cylinder head so we can clean off the two maintenance surfaces and replace the gasket, button it all back up. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, if you pay the garage to do it, there's a lot of labor involved and not too much on parts. You need to change the head bolts. There's a few things. We'll go over those in maybe the next video, maybe later in this video. Yeah, it's going to take us a while to fix, but that's the project. That's the point. We're gonna film ourselves along the way, and hopefully, the aim is we fix this bad boy up. It's a nice example. It drives really nicely. It's getting hot, but fix it. So a good example, and sell it for a bit of profit. Maybe use that profit to buy a different one down the line and keep going. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's have a look at the oil. We didn't have a rag. Look what we're using.
We're just using a little bit of wrapping paper just here.
January, but
Yeah.
we're using a bit of wrapping paper because
Using
that's what we had. Let's have a look at the oil in this. See what it looks like. Let's have a look. Doesn't look milky.
Doesn't look milky.
Which, do you know what is a good sign, I would say. So reason being, when we just picked up this car, the bloke said that we'll have a look at the coolant. The bloke said that the issue happened to him within about a month of owning it, and he took it to a garage straight away. So it hasn't been driven much with this head gasket issue. Let's have a look. And we've had this car started for all of like 5-10 minutes. So already you can see a little bit of vapor coming out of there, and it's bubbled up. So that's the coolant overflow reservoir tank. We're going to run a test and see if it is indeed a head gasket, or if we need to do some more diagnosing on this engine. So this is going to help us understand if we have an issue with our head gasket. So yeah, I mentioned earlier the blown head gasket will mean that oil and coolant are mixing in the block. What that will also mean is that exhaust emissions can go through the coolant system, and it's likely that they'll be coming through the overflow tank. So this little bit of kit, nothing special, but this is going to help us check if there is. This was an Amazon special, by the way. It was like £20. There were cheaper ones, but I needed it quicker. So Amazon special. We're going to put this into our overflow tank. I'll explain a bit more about what we're looking for, what to expect, and we'll see if exhaust emissions are coming back up through our coolant tank. So let me pop that on there. Follow me over here. You get a good look at that? Funny looking thing.
Yeah.
It's not exactly most intricate piece of kit. I'll explain how this works. So if exhaust emissions are coming out of our overflow tank, and to be honest, just standing here, I can see vapor coming out. I'm pretty sure it is exhaust emissions. But this blue liquid, let me tell you that. This blue liquid will turn yellow, essentially. We're going to put a bit in there, just about 2 mil into there, and it'll turn yellow. And that means we can be actually safe knowing it's a blown head gasket. The reason I say safe is it saves me having to diagnose anything else. I'm confident it is a head gasket, so let's see. So this has been running. I'm going to pop that in there. In fact, add some of our magic blue liquid. That's probably a bit too much. But that's fine. I think with the vapor I can see coming out of there, I think we can be confident and say it is. So let's put that in there. And see the vapor coming out. It'll need a few minutes, but I think
It's turning colour.
I think already. So, as we thought, our magic blue liquid has turned yellow, which means the exhaust gases are getting into our coolant, bubbling out of there, and there is an issue with the head gasket.
Yeah,
Not an easy fix.
not an easy fix.
Not an easy fix, but better the devil you know than the one you don't. Because now we can be sure and comfortable that what is wrong with it is what we thought was wrong
Yeah.
with it. Even before collecting it, we assumed it was a head issue from what he said.
Exactly.
The other thing the bloke said was, if you want to start it,
Yeah.
who we bought it from, White Smoke. Yeah, and it stinks. A classic sign. Yeah, a classic sign that the head gasket of this car's gone. Like I said, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. So, RA3. Good tread on the tyres. Yeah, Audi S3 wheels. Just go for pretty penny. They're not my not my favourite, but desirable really. No major signs of rust. You can see there's a couple touch-ups here on the front wing. I think there's one on the back wing as well. No lights on the dash. Already mentioned full service history, which is good. Cam belt and water pump done 10,000 miles ago. So I think it should be a perfect project for us.
How was that, mate?
Yeah, do you know what? She got it like a dream. She got it like a dream. It was shuddery when we first got off. We had to put some diesel in it. We first got off. It was shuddery. Drove like a dream. Pulls, smooth engine. Obviously, it's kicking out white smoke, which is as expected. Really impressed. Really impressed. On the journey, both windows work. Heating works, which is good. So I mean, it's looking good, mate. It's looking good.
I think we might have bitten off a bit more than what we can chew. Just kidding, imagine that.
All right, let's go to the real thing. There she is. Right, let's get her inside. Okay, so a few days have passed. Car's inside the unit, ready to start work. It's been waiting in here for us just to gather tools, do a recce of everything we need. We're going to make a note of everything we need to do, and then we can get going. Okay, so car's inside. We're just doing a really quick list of what needs doing on the car, just for us and for you, I guess, just for us, so we can kind of keep track, cross things off as we go along. I've got them written down here. The basics are to drain the fluids, strip the engine, keep the timing, remove the head, which is what we're here to do. It all sounds so simple when writing it down. I wish it was that simple in reality. Clean the head and cylinders. Replace head gasket. Place head gasket and then assemble the engine. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this episode. You've seen us collect the car, go over a few bits that need doing on it. We're aware it's been quite dialogue heavy, and we're really keen to get going on actually kind of getting into it and sorting out the bits that need done. We will put out an episode a week. That's the plan. So if you tune in next time, where we're going to fix the car, where we're going to try to fix the car, we're going to do our best. Look, we're not mechanics. We've got a good knowledge. We're not actual mechanics. So stay tuned, watch along to see how we get on with the aim of fixing the car and selling it for profit eventually down the line. It's been a few days since we collected it, so we found a few other bits that need doing, bits that we'll go over in the next episode or a future episode. In the next episode, at the very least, you're going to see us actually start work. We're excited to get going. You've seen on the whiteboard everything we've noted down. So, as I guess the kind of last thing to say is, as a new channel, it's quite daunting doing videos. Neither of us are quite kind of used to being on camera. You'd have seen the ums and the ahs and the pauses and things. But we're getting there. I think we really appreciate, again, as a new channel, if you've watched, if you've made it this far, if you could like the video, subscribe, that's going to go a long way. Comment. If you've spotted anything, any questions, drop it all in the comments and share it if you think anyone else will be interested. But this is Grit and Grease. I'm Kyle.
I'm Luke.
And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.